Hello everyone and welcome to this robot showcase. I've been building a lot of robots recently. It's been a while since my last video, so I've got tons to show off and I'm probably not going to get through all of them in time, so let's get right into it. So, first up we have Ambush. Now, I don't know if any of you remember Ambush from Mini Bottles. It was like this wedge bot thing. I've upgraded it now. It's a 360 lifting scoop and it actually does the thing, you know, like the thing that Duck does. So yeah, it's pretty cool, I think. And I've just realised I just have oatcakes written on the inside here. I guess that's a sponsor from now on then. Right, next robot. Okay, so some of you might recognise this robot, some might not. Again, this is a custom robot, it's a middleweight. It is of course Ceasefire. Now, upgrades that Ceasefire has got. So the drum spinner actually spins now. I've got a new one of these things, I don't know what they're called, but like it spins better now, it spins more freely, it spins quicker. And also, the robot can run inverted since they've lost fights by being flipped over before. We can't let that happen again. So, next robot, Nucleus, and you can't even see it in the camera because it's too big. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now I'm going to put the camera back. So Nucleus, I'm just going to show it from the side here. So it's a massive vertical spinner, but now the vertical spin is asymmetric. I don't know if you can see that. It looks a bit like monsoons. And when it hits something... Whoops. When it hits something, it goes flying. That was a weak hit. It usually does better than that. Okay, next robot. And we're moving through these pretty quickly because there's so many. Next robot is the Mini Bottles champion, Robot X, with an upgraded vertical spinner. They actually have a fidget spinner now. And so they can actually do damage with their vertical spinner. Now a lot of people, certain people were complaining that Robot X cheated because their chassis twists too much. It still does the twisty thing, but like not as badly because of these things here. It sort of holds together better, and it actually has a self-righter now. So it's kind of like Bite Force, but without a lot of weaknesses. So Robot X is pretty cool. It doesn't hit as hard as Nucleus, but of course. Rip the camera. It has a lot more force behind it because it's a fidget spinner and it's very heavy. Yeah, so that because the edges are rounded off there in the fidget spinner, it does struggle to get like a good hit in sometimes. It lacks a lot of bite. So robots usually have to be about this tall for Robot X to get a good hit on them. Fortunately, they have wedgelets though. The next robot is a robot. I haven't named this one yet. Someone come up with a name for this in the comments. So basically, it's a hammer bot with using the same Kilolot hammer, I think it is, from the Robot Wars pullbacks. And if the chassis looks familiar, that's because it's the Razor 1905's Magnetar instructions. So my Magnetar that I built, I didn't build it very well, and it didn't look very neat. So I stuck some new panels on the front of it and around it everywhere, and gave it a hammer, and I don't have a name for it. One thing is that it is a German robot. It is a German robot, so keep that in mind when you're naming it. So, that is my robot. It's got like a nice curved shape. Those are good instructions, I highly recommend them. Moving on, we have the Battlebots champion, Bite Force, and that is not a good angle. Not a good first impression there. Just to be clear, I do intend to make these wedgelets stronger and like actual wedgelets, not just straight little bits of cardboard there. So they've got the vertical spinner here. Now the reason I made a Bite Force is because they're really hard to get hold of in the UK. They're always out of stock, and importing them internationally is expensive and it's a big pain, so I thought why not just make it myself, and I think it looks good. Also, it's actually in scale with my other robots now. The vertical spinner, I'm going to have to do the Robot Combat Models thing of when you just like smash it like that, rather than actually use the spinner because it's cardboard, it's small, and it doesn't spin very well. But overall, I think I'm quite proud of it. Oh yeah, it also does this a bit as well, like kind of like the real Bite Force did in this fight with Uppercut. It only split in half. Not many people know that. Okay, moving on, we have a Connex Machine, and oh my god, this camera. Right, so this is what it looks like. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Team Velocity's middleweight. I think it's called Terminal Velocity. and it's like a vertical spinner with, it looks like this basically, this kind of shape. I've given it 2 vertical spinners because they're quite small, and I've named it Charcoal, even though there's literally nothing dark about this robot. It's the most brightly coloured robot in the whole of the Robot Combat world, and I've named it Charcoal. Don't ask me why. So, just one of the vertical spinners is enough to give something a good hit. Yeah, so it's a decent robot. I've tested it out, and it's strong. So as you can see here, a lot of care was taken to make sure that it doesn't do the Robot X thing of like twisting out of shape in the middle of a battle, since that annoys people. Right, let's put it, I'm running out of space. Okay, next model, let me go get it quickly. Sidewinder. If you don't know who Sidewinder is a Battlebot from Battlebots 2019. I really like them. I think it's a really cool design, and I like my replica of them as well. I think it's a pretty decent replica, one of my best ones. And I've heard that the team are entering Season 5, but I don't know if that's just a rumour or not. I hope so. It's such a cool bot, and I think it's a design that could do well if they don't order faulty titanium again. He has the wedgelets. The wedgelets do the thing. They're flush with the floor. And so that is Sidewinder. The next robot that I have built is Rainbow, and as you can see, it is tiny. It looks good. I think it could be a bit neater probably, but I'm just going to use this as a middleweight because it is so small. Let's compare it to Sidewinder here. Sidewinder is so small. I forgot to mention on Sidewinder, the bar, it moves, but not. I'm going to have to do the Robot Combat Models thing. Right, Rainbow. We're talking about Rainbow. So Mini Rainbow is its bar spinner. Oh my goodness! Right, its bar spinner doesn't really move, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. I think I might have to redesign the front of it, and make the spinner actually move. So, or I could just pretend that it spins. We'll have to see. Next robot. Okay, so after seeing models of Lucky made by Razor and the Bot Builder, and I believe Ertweiler's the Carbot Builder as well. I've forgotten what you've changed your channel name to, sorry there. So, this is Lucky, and I've kind of gone against myself here. I've not used my own instructions to make it. This is a completely new Lucky. A few of the parts were salvaged. The flipper was salvaged from the old Lucky. As you can see, it's more accurate now, it's longer. The flipper doesn't work as well as the old one. It still works, but not as freely, which I'm a bit disappointed about, but it does still do the flip thing. Yes, there we go. Yeah, it works. So, Lucky, that's Lucky there. And it's also much stronger as well, because the old Lucky lacked a front panel there. So, it's stronger now. Okay, some more models, things that I have recently acquired, or not recently, quite a while ago, is Chaos 2 pullback, the Pussycat pullback, and the little Witch Doctor push strike, as well as 2 more Robot Wars mini bots, but they're in the box over there and I can't get them now. It will take a while. So Chaos 2 is really cool. I really like it, and the flipper is extremely powerful. So I'm not gonna. Of course, the flipper has the fault where it stays open. I kind of like it. It's the flipper has good power. I'm not gonna change it or anything like that. I'm just gonna keep it how it is, and when I want to use it, just release it. Pussycat is really cool. Again, the blade is like quite small compared to the rest of the robot, but that was the same with the real robot, so there's not a problem with that. And this will appear very soon. And of course, Baby Witch Doctor is going to be a lightweight, and I really like it. I think it's really accurate to Season 1 Witch Doctor. As you can see how the spinner works there. Okay, moving swiftly on, we have Grated Carrots. Grated Carrot is a robot from Robot Wars Omega. I really like it. I think it's really cool. And sorry, Bot Builder, I made this before you made your instructions, so it looks a bit weird. I realise that. But I like it. I think it looks cool. And the spinner has a decent bit of power to it as well. Yep. So Grated Carrot hasn't had the best run in other series. Hopefully it can do better in Minibot Wars, since Minibot Wars is quite different to other series in many ways. So, I'm running out of space on the side of the desk here to keep these robots, so I'm just going to have to hope that they don't get crushed. Agent Orange 2. Now this is a custom robot that's Razor 1905 used in his series SSRW. It's a forward hinged flipper, like that. I've changed up a little bit. Instead of having like the little bit on the front that you use to go into robots, I've given it 2 wedgelets at the sides, and they've kind of bent a bit actually. I need to fix that. And I've given it all the internals, and it flips pretty well. The only thing is it's quite tall, and when it gets stuck on its side it can't really do anything, so I'm going to add some bits on the side to stop it from doing that. The next robot. Another bot builder machine. His robots have greatly influenced mine recently. So we have Cassini, and Cassini, if it looks familiar, it's basically the lift-off instructions from the bot builder, but I coloured it yellow and called it Cassini, because Cassini was a space probe that went to Saturn, I believe, and it kind of had the same colours. So it just fits. As you can see, I've written Cassini and NASA and the European Space Agency. It's astronomy stuff, it's complicated. The next robot, Iron Ore 6. It's quite small, I've just realised, compared to all of these. So it's not really the right shape. As you can... So Iron Ore is like usually taller and narrower towards the front. So Iron Ore 6, it looks more like the Iron Ore 7, so I might change its name. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, to be honest. So it will... I'm not going to rebuild it or anything like that, since I think it looks fine how it is. It's just not amazingly accurate. I forgot to test Cassini's weapon. Hold on. Yes, Cassini works very well. I'm very proud of Cassini. So, oh, I just really wanted to do this. One sec. Chaos 2 versus Cassini. Cassini went to space. Now, mute yourself. Oh, no. Right. Where are we now? We are at free shipping, and oh my god, this monstrosity. Again, I'm not going to rebuild this since it took a long time. The wheels are salvaged from a plastic RC car that are super to the side, because they kind of look like free shipping's wheels. It's got the lifter, it does the thing. It's got wedgelets at the front. I need to tidy up a bit. I've stuck them on upside down, I think. Oh yeah, I did do it, didn't I? It's got the orange weird box thing that does nothing on the top. So I'd say it's a pretty accurate model. It's quite big compared to my other robots as well, as free shipping was, I believe. I think it's quite a big robot. Obviously it doesn't have a flamethrower. I'm not superhuman. Apollo. Apollo is a robot that I've upgraded recently. So I've made it more like I made it more like someone's robot. I forgot who it was. Someone, I saw their Apollo. I was like, I need to make my Apollo like that. So the flipper is reinforced, and it's got the little spinner deflectors that Apollo had. They stand out a bit more now. And I'm quite proud of it. It's still one of my favourite models. And it's quite sturdy as well. So I'm quite proud of that. As you can see, I hope this goes well. It can flip Chaos too, so it can flip the things without the flipper bending, which is useful. Next up we have a robot that not many of you have heard of apparently. It's called Banana Ketchup. It's a robot that entered Battlebots Season 5 but was rejected, and I believe this is not the version that entered Battlebots, this is the lightweight version of it. It's also called Banana Ketchup. It's from the Philippines. I built it for a World Championship that accidentally got deleted. It wasn't very good anyway, so don't worry. It's a drum spinner. Again, the spinner doesn't actually spin. I'm going to need to do the thing. And these little triangles, they keep doing the thing where they like do that and collapse, and it's annoying me. So I have to fix that. But overall, it's like a good little 4-wheel drive drum spinner. I think it's actually 2-wheel drive. I'll have to check that. Right, next robot. Whiplash. No, that's a rubbish Whiplash. I'll build another one. Okay, so the last robot, I think this is the last robot for this episode. I might do another one later or tomorrow or something, I don't know. So it is called Bloodshot, and it is an overhead spinner, which I think looks pretty cool. Again, the spinner doesn't spin, it's more just there for decoration, and it can do damage and stuff or whatever. but it's got like it's a double wedge system, so the spinner works both ways. So you can use it while it's over here, you can use it while it's over here. It's got a hinged wedge on the front that says, I cut out the bit of the box that happened to have crunch written on it, and I kept it because it looks really cool. It fits the robot. It's called Bloodshot, obviously, and it's got a wedge at the front and a wedge at the back, so it could be a serious contender. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.